My name is Christy. I have the privilege of moderating this topic discussion, which is, I think, very, very important nowadays. The endpoint security for data centers, right? So we all know that data centers are the backbone of our modern digital infrastructure, and because we rely heavily on data centers. They power cloud computing, financial transactions, enterprise applications, and many, many operations. And with this increasing reliance on data centers, I think also comes with a growing threat landscape, right? Cyber attackers becoming more sophisticated, and endpoints, whether it may be virtual servers, connected devices, applications remain key targets, right? So with that, I I am moderating this discussion with incredible panelists, who are experts in this field, Jen and Robin. So I guess it is more of I would set the stage by asking, the question that what are the biggest challenges that you see today, in developing or in the protection of or developing strategies for the protection of our endpoint security in data centers.
Yeah, actually securing our endpoint data centers presents a complex landscape of challenges given the a myriad of factors. For example, you have the growing integration of IT and OT. That's one. You have the continuing adoption of cloud technologies, the evolving threat landscapes. So one of the biggest hurdles, particularly in OT, since that's basically my function, there's this the challenge with legacy systems. Uh, in the energy sector, particularly where I'm a part of, there is a challenge in terms of security measures that you would want to employ, given that it's a mixture of legacy systems and the current technology. So, of course, you will have challenges in terms of patch management, in terms of your endpoint agents, security agents. So these are just some of the challenges our organizations are facing right now.
Thank you. Let me add something. So one of the things, the common are malware, malware attacks, phishing, which is very prevalent, uh, insider attacks. One of my favorites, not literally favorite, but APTs, advanced persistent threats. So it comes around everything. So gone are the days that IT is so simple. Now we have cloud, we have AI, we have everything. Everything is mobile. Everything has evolved, becomes complex. Managing them becomes complex. Management and operating it are two different sectors of things. Like Jen mentioned, patching them, the legacy system. So what if a certain company is too dependent on a legacy system that only runs on an old OS? So it cannot happen. It won't run even on 10, on probably 11. Yeah.
Thank you for that insights. And I think it's clear that nowadays protecting endpoints are not just about protecting individual devices, but more so protecting the entire ecosystem, right? So with that, I think let's dive deeper into solutions. So what do you think? What strategies or technologies do you believe are most effective in strengthening endpoint security for data centers today?
Yeah. Let me start by stating threats, remote access vulnerabilities, the complexity of having hybrid clouds because it increases the attack surface altogether. Cloud security challenges because nowadays there's no one single cloud. Everybody seems to be jumping on the same boat, trying to create their own cloud, but it also adds up to the complexity of the already complex internet. Uh, Endpoint management challenges. So sometimes you might have tools, the right tools, but implementing it, configuring it is a different story.
Yes, there are a myriad of solutions, but I would say that a key thing would be to ensure that you embrace the zero trust architecture where you don't trust, never trust anything, never trust and always verify. I think that's key to any solution that we would want to implement. I believe that an identity centric security is a big factor because you immediately eliminate one of the biggest reasons for most of the breaches, right? It's mostly on identity challenge, identity issues like breaches and access issues. So if you focus on that identity-centric security, you're already solving most of the challenges that endpoint security faces.
Understood. And I think you made a great point there about zero trust, right? The idea of um, never trust but always verify. Because I think like way back then, it's just more on trust but verify. But with zero trust architecture, it's always trust. I mean, never trust but always verify. That's a very good point. And I think that's fundamentally organizations have shifted into this approach to security nowadays, right? So I think while the concept is clear about that, uh, I think the real challenge comes into play is more into implementation or execution, right, of zero trust architecture. To your point earlier, with the growing challenges in more complex data centers like legacy systems, dealing with legacy systems, hybrid clouds. So, what for you would be, the key when adopting zero trust? What are the key steps or technologies that we should prioritize?
Yeah. I would say first, identify your critical assets. Identify your critical assets, your crown jewels, and then based on that, of course, you do a risk analysis so that if you do that first, you can focus your zero trust initiatives first on your most critical assets. That's the first step. You need to have visibility first and risk analysis so that you know where to pour in your resources. You don't need to employ a zero trust architecture on all your systems at once. That's just not feasible. So first is you need to prioritize, identify your crown jewels, do a prioritization or through risk analysis, and then after that you can start with the systems employing this zero trust architecture. So again, it's when you are able to employ a strong identity centric security. Again, that would really help a lot already with maybe 75 to 80% of your security needs.
Yeah, actually, I agree. But I have to add in, like, as a basic, we need to enhance the monitoring. We need to see everything what's going on. We need to make sure we have logs that supports our operations. We need to be able to analyze also the logs. Now, basic as it may sound, authentication. You need multi-factor authentication. You need RBAC, role-based access control. It helps, even with all of this, sometimes it seems impossible to stop, but it minimizes, it simplifies things.
Totally agreed. And I think that brings us to another aspect of this topic, which is, from monitoring to threat detection and response, right? So, but the traditional security measures nowadays are often, slow and very reactive. So now more organizations are shifting into utilizing AI-driven, automations in in detection or at least on the threat response side uh, of data centers. So, what do you think, or how do you see, AI, transforming this process, the threat detection and response in data centers, and what do you think would be the key challenges in adopting AI-driven automation tools?
Yeah, siguro, maybe I would start with three little things. Let's start with predictive threat detection. So we can utilize AI. In fact, the AI of nowadays has been there for quite a while. Of course, different pen names in the form of a machine language, business analytics, but it's all there. It's how you analyze the same pool of data. Okay. Next would be behavioral analytics. It would help us determine what are the trends, what particular time of the day this is hitting, am I picking unnecessarily, this is odd, why am I getting fully utilized, why are my resources getting unavailable at any particular time. Hmm, Probably one of the most critical. Every company should be conscious in making sure we have processes that are in place, particularly on the incident response. Now, with AI, we can automate it because it will help us simplify. There are easy catches. Of course, it won't be 100% foolproof, but that's the value of individuals monitoring for us, the very security engineers working for us to help validate and confirm.
Yeah. And most especially, analyze the data for us, right? So, and Jen, any other insights on that?
Yeah, actually, the specific AI technologies was already mentioned, but I would say that any organization that's not willing to embrace AI and automation would really get in trouble, because there's a lot of noise in when it comes to threat detection, security, and not getting into like preventive like threat detection, not employing AI in that would set you up for failure, because it's not possible. It's really not possible for you to catch everything. You have to have AI employed in order to ensure that identification of legit threats are automated, and that you take the burden of also of your security group, which we all know are holds the burden in terms of addressing these issues. And of course, you have to consider also that it's not in every AI system that we employ. Of course, the need for human intervention should always be there. You should still need to analyze, because it still depends on how we employ the algorithms, how we want them deployed in our organizations. You cannot discount the fact that you still need these security teams. You still need your human intervention for all these AI technologies.
Let me just circle back on the human. So I think I forgot to mention, we need to push for more awareness, a relevant awareness for each of the organizations. Why? The very basics will kill us, will kill our existence and our businesses. So depending on what type of business we are running, depending on what type of data we are securing, we need to make sure that all levels of our organizations are well aware of the responsibilities of each and every individual.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a clear message of, because this is a very, very controversial topic, as usual, AI, right? But this gives us a clear message that AI will not replace humans, but rather it will supplement whatever controls we have in place already. And I think that's a very, very great discussion with you two. I think just before we wrap up this session, just wanted to get your thoughts or insights or any key recommendations that you have with other organizational leaders, in terms of endpoint security for data centers.
Yeah, so as Jen mentioned earlier, let's implement zero trust. trust nobody, but verify, verify, verify. So that's one. You don't actually literally push for the zero trust, but when you employ the exercises, the processes, and you have the very policy that supports this, you will come closer to zero trust without being too dependent about tools. Next is we need to start leveraging advanced security technologies. And there are a myriad of security tools available nowadays. Back in the days, only antivirus. But now, there's so many. Jen.
Yeah, I find it funny. Back in our days, yeah, there's
The old guys.
the antivirus. Yeah, I don't know if you still remember, the floppy disk.
No.
Yeah.
Nabot ko si Jerry
Anybody
Rosales.
remember floppy disk? Nobody. Oh, sir.
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. So those were the days when all we know is an antivirus, right? Now, yeah. By focusing, if there's one key thing that hopefully some of us here will embrace is by focusing on identity-centric, a strong identity-centric and asset management mechanism, you are already eliminating most of your security challenges. Because most breaches would, this would be the entry point. If you don't have strong identity management, access management, again, we always say this, but really it's true. You cannot secure what you do not have visibility on. So at the end of the day, focus on this basic. This is actually basic, but sometimes we don't see how important it is. So I would say focus on that, and then you can again, as I said earlier, you don't have to implement zero trust architecture on all your systems, on all your networks all at once. Just identify first your critical assets, prioritize, and then slowly you can implement it. And also it will take time for the organization to embrace it. So you have to consider that as well. And coupled, of course, with security awareness. Always, always, always build a human firewall, and you're 90% there. So,
Let me highlight to your point, strong access control. That's needed. Regular periodic audits matched with a penetration test. If an organization has skills within within the manpower, that's it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for your expertise and insights. And I guess just in a nutshell, endpoint security, it's a constantly, growing challenge, right? But it also comes with, as they become more sophisticated, in cyber attacks and everything, and so is our capabilities to defend against them. So thank you so much again for your insights and expertise, Chen and Robin. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone.